Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Jeré, and I know you guys are used to me doing natural hair tutorials and makeup and fashion tutorials, but I'm coming to you guys with something a little bit differently because my life has changed dramatically, like dramatically. And I just want to kind of share with you guys what's been going on. As you guys know, I'm a believer. And I believe we overcome by the word of our testimony. And I think that a lot of times Christians stop right there. You got to show people what you're doing once you've overcome, because there's going to be other people that come behind you that need to have that inspiration, need to have that motivation. So that is why I'm here. Let me back up a little bit and give you guys a little bit of an update. So as many of you know, when I started my natural hair blog, I was only a mother of 2 and I was happily married. But unfortunately, my marriage ended when my husband decided to leave me for another woman. And again, I don't want to get into this whole big sordid details. I don't think it's important. Just know that I was crushed. I was, for the first time in my life, I was kind of unsure on what road I should take next. It was a lot. I was 7 months pregnant at the time that I found out what was going on. And it just really crushed me. A lot of the times as women, we are givers of our love and we give our love freely. So when that went down, I really thought that I wasn't good enough. I really felt like maybe I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not interesting enough. I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just the worst person in the world for this to happen. And it took me some time to kind of shake that off. And because of the separation, I went through financial difficulty where I went from being in a 2-income home where he was the breadwinner to being on supplying for my kids and providing for my kids rather only on my salary, and having a maternity leave that wasn't funded by another income was hard. I was at the point where I almost lost my home. I almost lost my car. I mean, it was hard. I'm smiling now because when I think about how much despair I had at that moment, I'm shocked that I'm sitting here right now. Without being dramatic, seriously I am, seriously and truly, I didn't think I was gonna make it through. There were days where I cried every single morning. I would get up crying, I would take a nap crying, I would go to bed crying, and then I would repeat that cycle again. And then I just kind of started to look at my children, my 2 daughters at the time, and the fact that I had a 3rd daughter on the way. And I'm like, you know what? Do you want to show your daughters that you are a damsel in distress? Or do you want them to know that you are a heroine in waiting? And I decided I'm gonna pick up the pieces of my life and I'm gonna rebuild something even stronger. I didn't know what that was at the time, but I just knew that I was going to rebuild, and that I did. So after struggling with the bank, who was trying to foreclose on my home because I wasn't getting any financial support and things of that nature, I decided to look at the statutes. I started to look at the Florida statutes, and I started to think about ways that I can reduce my mortgage, look for ways that I can get the financial support for my kids that they deserve, look for programs to go back to school. And I was just engrossed with the law, and it kind of awakened the dead dream that I had of me going to law school. I always wanted to go to law school, but I was a teacher for almost 12 years, and it was just it kind of seemed like it was not an easy transition. But time moves anyway, so I might as well just try my best and see what happens and just try to do what I can do. So I decided when my baby was born, Joanna, my last daughter, she's so adorable, y'all see her soon. When she was born, I decided this is the last time that I'm going to cry about this. This is the last time that I'm gonna allow this situation to have anything but positive energy surrounding my life. Because so often as people, when we go through something that's so bad, we think it's supposed to ruin us. But what we don't realize is that when we're in darkness and when we're surrounded by darkness, sometimes we're being planted. We're not being buried, but we're being planted, and we're gonna bloom into something that's so beautiful and something that's so great, and something that God has been calling us to do for so long that we've been fighting. And when I sat there, I looked at my beautiful daughter's face, and I realized that I was gonna be doing this by myself. Decided that day that I was gonna make some sacrifices, and I decided to go to law school. So to make a long story short, after preparing for the LSAT, which is the entrance exam that you have to take to go to law school, I was overwhelmed. I didn't think I was gonna do well, but then my scores came back after taking it, and I did pretty good. I did a little something on the test. And in that moment helped me to realize that, man, you know, maybe this is really what I'm supposed to do. And I just felt like every step of the process, God was directing me and God was showing me that this is not it. You know, this is just a setback. And this setback is going to be a setup for something that's bigger and better for you. So I got into law school, but I got accepted to a plethora of law schools. And I was just like, you know, I got a little something going on for me. And I'm in my last year. And besides just being a law student, I'm also a full-time mommy. I have my kids with me 95% of the time. I'm basically like a legitimate single parent, like not just like I'm single and I'm a parent. I mean, like I'm literally doing most of the raising. And I am also a full-time teacher. I was able to get a job online so I can make my salary that I walked away from in education while I went to law school. So all these things happened pretty fast. And then one day I was sitting down and I'm like, you know, there's a lot going on. You have a lot going on. And I figured it would be really great for me to just chronicle all the things that I've been doing and how I've been balancing single motherhood and student life and career life and just being a friend, a sister, a daughter, an active church member, like all the many hats that I'm wearing. Balancing all these things, you might as well just throw one more in there, girl, and do a vlog, because there's gonna be somebody out there that's going through or has gone through what you have gone through, and they need to be encouraged, and they need to see that even though it's rough, even though there's gonna be some times where I'm very overwhelmed and I'm stressed, there's gonna also be times where I'm making it happen and I'm balancing and everything and I'm doing what I have to do to not only survive, but to thrive. And I think it will be great for someone else to see that. And even if you're not going through it, I believe that the principles that I have developed can help anyone through crises, small, big, or in between. So that's why I'm here. So fast forward to today, I am in my last year of law school and I'm almost, do y'all see that baby running in the background? That's the most fun thing about doing this. It's like trying to find a quiet moment to vlog and then like they just run back and forth and like act all crazy. Like, y'all hear that, right? And I'm about to be Dr. Jeré Reed, and I am so excited about that. And I just wanted to share, especially this last year with you guys that I'm embarking on, because it's gonna get crazy. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. It's gonna be me trying to be an amazing mom to my children. It's gonna be me in church. It's gonna be me with my friends. It's gonna be me trying to balance everything. So it's just gonna be another woman's guide to navigating life, navigating career, navigating love, navigating school, navigating motherhood, navigating being a primary caregiver and provider, navigating it all, okay? So I hope you guys will join me in this journey, and I hope you guys will enjoy what you see. But anyway, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I love and appreciate you for all your support for my natural hair days, and I'll still throw those things in there, so don't worry, and I hope you join me for the ride. Peace, y'all.